Hello Slicksters, this is Tia with XSlickSimmonX, and before we get into any of the introductions or how I am going to get into this mod, why don't we first look into the rules. So the first sim that I would like to introduce to you all is Judy Santana. Now, yes, she is Puerto Rican. She is full of attitude. She has the mindset that she can do anything that a man can do. And so she plans to prove to these men that, no, I don't need you to care for me. Yes, I can care for myself. Yes, I can do anything that you can do. And no, I will not become pressed off of good looks alone. You have to come with something. She is a woman of all women. Her background is she has the idea that the apocalypse is coming. She's had this idea forever. She's been trying to tell all of her roomies, and she's convinced them to live in an underground bunker. She is the idea of why we are in an underground bunker. Now, the house does not belong to her. The house belongs to Amos, but Amos was nice enough to share his home because he as well took her ideas and was like, okay, well then we'll just build people in the house that would like to take safety. We'll tell them our idea, and if it happens, it happens, which we know, of course. It's happening. And so with that being said, she's just full of ideas, you know, and doesn't care and doesn't mind to share them. She doesn't have any children, and in the past she was raising her sister, but her sister has already passed away. So with that being said, she's just living for herself selfishly, but with a little bit of spice and a little bit of heart. So next, I have the pleasure of introducing to you Amos Seaman. Now, this is Amos's house. He once had a small little cottage house. He changed his house around for the sake that he heard of the idea that the apocalypse was coming. Him and his son was out shopping one day. Not his idea at all, because he's a little bit of a hothead and he's not exactly the friendliest, doesn't really want to be around much, but his son is full of life. And so he convinced him to go out to the mall one day. When he's out at the mall, he of course meets Judy, who shares her idea. He tells her to move in instantly. They just start building ideas, and that is what gave us our bunker, which I will be showing you later. As I was saying, this is Amos. He is protective of his son. No one will ever harm him. That is his main purpose in life, to let nothing happen to him. He won't. He can't. Not like how he let something happen to his wife and it kills him. It bears him that his son has to grow without a mother. But he has the idea to one day, with not the same love, but something very close to it. And that is his only soft spot. Other than that, he's hardcore. He's ready to protect. He's on, and on. And I know it don't look like that right now because he's smiling, but his heart is fucking frowning. Alright, you all, this is Cham Shung. Now, Cham Shung, he's a whole nother breed. He is super excited about this apocalypse. He always knew it was going to happen. As soon as Amos shared the idea, he was all in for moving in, sharing his money, his profits. Doesn't mind stealing. But you see, the thing is, he is a very jealous-minded person. Anything that a person gets that's over him, he is not for it. He will do anything to connive the next person. And he will do anything to keep his sister safe. Because in his eyes, she's a sweet little princess and she can do no wrong. But is she really that sweet? Time will tell. Either way, just know that if somebody has to get cheated, Cham Shung does not mind doing it. Alright, you all. So this is Roger Seaman. Roger Seaman is the son of Amos. Now, he is the soft spot to everyone in the group because he's so well-mannered, he's so good, he's so nice to everyone. He never really got the chance to get too close to his mother, so it's not like that is a breaking point for him. He oftentimes thinks of how it would be to have a mother, but he understands that everyone is just his father's friend at the moment. But you best believe he has some ideas in his mind and he has some plans. His dad is going to get with someone soon, even if he has to help him. Because let's just be honest, his dad is a super ass, and if it was left to him and his words and his actions, it wouldn't happen. Looks, but actions, get out of here. Alright, Slicksters, this is Mr. Frederick Kohler. Now, Mr. Frederick Kohler, he's not our exact humble stud, as many of you have heard. He'd much rather stay back, help take care of the kiddos, do some planting, anything other than get blood all over his body. So that's why when he heard of this idea, he had to jump right on it. Him having to protect himself out in this open world would never work. And he has, by all means, to keep his daughter safe. And so the best way to keep her safe is to keep her around people who can keep her safe. Because he is unwilling to get his hands dirty. Now, I'm not saying he's a complete coward. Because when the moment comes, he does what he has to do. But as far as making a choice, he doesn't want to get his hands dirty. He wants to be the home mega man. Stay his ass home. Okay? Alright, so now I introduce to you Tabitha Kohler. Let's just say she is not the happiest about this situation. She hates that her father drug her here. She doesn't trust anybody here. She doesn't think that they can deliver what they are saying they can deliver. How can he be sure that they are going to keep them safe? He can't be. How can he? And the only soft spot she has is for little Roger. He's the only one that she really indulges in. And for the other ones, she gives her takes. I mean, you see her talking to them, but as far as taking them in as a person, it's not really relevant. She feels as bad for Roger as she hopes Roger feels for her for being in this sticky situation and stuck in the damn ground while the dead flesh just walk around happily. Why does she have to be locked up in a dungeon? I tell you what, this little Missy is gonna have to have her eyes kept on, because if not, something tells me she might try to sneak out in the middle of the night and get more than what she's bargaining for. Alright, so last but not least, we have Lin Shung. Now, Lin Shung is actually the sister of Cham Shung. She can't help but to think that her brother has brought her here on a limb. He's such a gambler, he'll do anything to get a hit. And all she can think is, this is just another one of his scams. Let's see where it gets us. They say there's going to be this apocalypse. We'll have to see. Now, you see, she's the sweetheart of the house, though. She makes sure that the plants are maintained. She does flower arrangements. She's like the mother of the house without actually being a mother. But if her brother thinks that she's going to keep this low, tame, do-nothing personality throughout the whole way, he has another thing coming. Look at her. That shit's not happening. Okay, Slicksters, so I'm going to start back off with showing you around the place a little. So it is like a bunker when you're looking at my place. If you look, we have this small building, and if you go inside of the building, you can go down the ladder, and that's into the actual house, which is still small because, like I told you, you start off with a set amount. I started off with about $32,000. This house cost me about $28,000. It was furnished, but then I deleted some furniture, added like my own taste of furniture, which left me with, as you can see, $161. And the reason I told you not to cheat is because it's real. You buy a house, you furnish it, you might be left with $161. And I'm not gonna take any credit. This underground bunker was made by another CC creator. We got our flower arrangement basket, we got our grill, we got some easels to paint. We have to plant. Remember that, you all. You have to plant. Make sure you get seeds. You cannot cook anything that wasn't grown or caught. So we're not saying that you can't have eggs for breakfast, but if you have eggs for breakfast, you harvested eggs from breakfast. Okay, that's what you see up here. If you go downstairs, it's going to show you the little hallway, the downstairs steps. And where are them two at? All flirty. I don't trust them down here. It's all dark. I know what you can do when it's dark and you're two hotties in a dungeon. Anyway, don't mind me. Amos is determined. People can come in, people can move, you know, they can earn more money and build the house out, but no matter what, he and his son sleep together and their door is locked at night. That is his one rule. Their doors are locked at night. Nobody sleeps in there with them. I guess unless he finds a lover, but right now the lover's not here, so we're just going off of what we have. Remember, one light to each room. You can pick whatever light you want, and you can pick any size room you want. I would just suggest a smaller room. So mind you, the apocalypse hasn't happened yet. We're going to take this time to go fishing tonight. We're going to stock up on weapons, and then we will start the apocalypse tomorrow. And it's just going to add a little more gameplay, a little more realism that we can't cheat their needs in this challenge. So I'm going to go upstairs because I want to start planting. There is no apocalypse yet, so it's all about stocking up. And I suggest that you do the same thing. Before you start your apocalypse, stock up on some things. Okay, so what kind of seeds do we want? Cannabis seeds is not really our main focus right now, even though we could be drug dealers. But drug dealers during the apocalypse, how successful can we be? Probably not too successful. Starter fruits and starter vegetables. Okay, $105. We only have $161. We need the savage. So we're going to say one of each, and that gives us $70. And this is just going to make it so much funner that we're literally watching our money. We can have some of the guys, though, and maybe one of the ladies. Tabitha, why don't you come over and just practice the flower arrangement? Ugh, she is so tense. What is wrong? Shout forbidden words. No, honey, you are not grown. Now come over here. You can make up a flower arrangement, and hopefully it'll be nice enough that we can sell it later. Go make a flower arrangement. And remember, you were planting seeds because we're really going to need to eat. I'm pretty sure that's a necessity. And I'm waiting for everyone to get inside before I decide to lock the doors. Just for safety cautions, of course. Who else are we waiting on? Them three, and then we gonna lock them doors up. Hello, young lady. How are you? She's not too impressed. Something tells her she can't trust him. Maybe she should hold tight to that thought. He ain't trustworthy, sis. We're gonna have some hungry people hanging around, especially if they're waiting on you to plant something. Frederick is tired. Honey, I told you he is not for the games. He got his behind the gate. And she get bit up. He is so scared. And we haven't even started the apocalypse yet. It's just the thought. People in town are talking. That's where we're at right now. She can plant, I think I saw carrots. She can plant some carrots.
A few minutes later.
I don't even want to know what's going on downstairs. I don't even want to know. I can only imagine. Yep, so she's just planting away. And his daughter is doing her flower arrangements. And he's going to talk to her. He just wants to have a brief conversation with her about safety, about listening to the adults while she's here, being as respectful as she could possibly be towards everyone. But of course, he must understand that she must receive in order to give. Yeah, your daughter's over there planting. Go have a conversation with your daughter. Well, she's not planting. She's making flower arrangements in the corner. We might not be able to go fishing tonight. But it's going to be funner if we do it during the apocalypse anyway. So we're not really losing out if we don't go tonight. She's out here working hard. I told y'all, she works really hard to make sure that everything is all that it should be. As far as everybody being able to eat and stuff. Oh, Tabitha, it's really coming along. I like it. It's really coming along. Let Roger come downstairs, talk to his dad. Not doing one thing. Come talk to your dad. He's going to go downstairs and talk to his dad. What are you up to? You can check on your sister, making sure she's not too tired. If she is tired, it would be nice for you to help her out. Why don't you go be awkward? She already thinks something's a little off with you. It won't be too far-fetched. Is Roger talking to his dad yet? Dad, I really think everyone is nice. Maybe they can stay for a long time. Son, I told you, they're not here for a long time. We're only helping them get on their feet out of this disaster of a quake we're going through. And if something happens to me, I know you'll be taken care of. But a long time, let's not depend on it, okay? And he just looks at his dad like, I have high hopes for you, Dad. You watch. They're going to be here for a long time. I can feel it. See? He can feel it. All right, and they're downstairs. I'm going to try to turn some lights on. Power doesn't work off the grid. Yeah, so I probably need something to turn the electricity on, but of course we don't have any electricity. So that kind of puts us in a hard place. On the bright side, nobody's really worried about food right now. I'm just curious as to what food could he cook on the grill if he wanted to. Grilled fruit? Oh, wow. 1 apple and 1 plantain. Free stuff. But grilled fruit, you all could have that as long as you got 1 apple and 1 plantain. You could eat some grilled fruit. But we don't have that right now, so looks like you won't be eating any grilled fruit. She's going to go downstairs and talk with Roger. Because like I said, she really connects to him. And he's a friend to her. He's just a little friend. And asked him how old he is. Because he looks like a little guy. I would say maybe he's about 7. But of course we know like she's 13, 14. About the age where you start growing a personality and a little tude. Lock the door for everyone. What are you doing in here? Self-woohoo. Come on, let's get out of there. Let's mingle. People need to get to know you, girl. Come on, Judy. Judy, get your hands out the jar. Why don't we come over here and talk to Amos and Roger? See how their day has been. And you know, they've let us stay inside of their house. So I think that's well known for a conversation. Let everyone know that you're here. You're alive and well. Ask about his day. Don't go around that kid like that. What are you doing in the room anyway? And what are you doing laying naked in the kid's bed? Shiesty. Just shiesty. I like that so much more than stairs. So she's coming on down. She wants to talk to Roger. Oh, the dad's like, oh, I see you. I see you. He's going to give them a little bit of privacy while he comes inside of here and he's going to do some woodworking. Hello, Mr. Amos. Hello, Tabitha. Walk away already so that we can talk about our gadgets and all the crap that we can't talk about in front of the parents. Whatever. We're going to go do some woodworking. I think I'm going to have Judy come inside and talk with Amos. And as soon as she steps outside of that room, I'm going to lock that door for just Amos and Roger. You guys can use any other part of the house. All he said is off limits is this one room. Give him his privacy. Why are you wanting to flirt with everybody? I can see right now, honey, you said looks don't impress you. Looking like you kind of impressed, though, by Mr. Amos. You are way too close for comfort. Coronavirus! Coronavirus! He's extremely bored. He's like, when are we gonna go out already and shoot these fuckers? The apocalypse hasn't happened yet, sir. It's not time for that yet, sir. You should be trying to build your skills that we can get out of this hellful situation. Aw, and Frederick is all by himself. His daughter just be leaving him. Frederick's old though. I wouldn't be surprised if he's a little sleepy and maybe needs to take a nap. As soon as we get the money for it, we really want a punching bag. Might even steal one if we can make it to the gym. Got food for tomorrow. She is so dedicated. Like if this was anyone else, they'd be so tired. All the rest of them really want to do is complain all day. Wow, we are down to $27. We gotta go fishing. We have to go fishing in the morning. We have no money. Let's get Tabitha back up here to finish this so that we can sell it. All right, that's enough chit chat. We can get some money. We literally only have $27 to our name. Ah! He he has the easiest life because he doesn't have to contribute until he's a teenager. But once you're a teenager, they start wanting to train you and show you things that you should be doing. And he will be too as soon as he grows up. We really need to buy a generator. There she goes back up again. So he's gonna start some woodworking. Everybody's just trying to make a little bit of money right now by doing something. What can you do, Judy? You can talk with Roger. I'm sure he needs a friend. I would go upstairs and talk to Frederick, but he doesn't like talking to people with no money. Hypocrite. And like I said, there's not much to do. This is the apocalypse. There's no lights really. We gotta get a generator. Let's put one more plant in this box. I just want to make sure the box is full before I put the rest of the fruit in the cooler. Because I know that once I put that in the cooler, people are going to start eating. Alright, so let's get the rest of this fruit in the cooler. So we are going to open the refrigerator. We're just going to drag these things into the items in the dirty fridge. Alrighty, so now we got all of our fruits and vegetables in the fridge in case somebody gets hungry, they can grab some. I believe later on we're gonna send Amos and Cham to go and get some fish for the group. Everyone else can pretty much stay home. Of course, we know that when we say this, Judy is gonna have a problem with it because she wants to be with us when we do everything, but it's just not a good idea. She thinks she's gonna go to bed, but she's not. She's gonna come down and have a conversation with these two. So we're gonna ask her about today's plan. She's like, so I've already done my plants. What do you plan on doing today? And she really thinks in her head that she's gonna go fishing with them. So when she comes downstairs and be like, hey, what are you doing with your day? Of course, Judy's going to tell her, oh, I'm going fishing with the guys. But they have another plan in mind. Of course, Judy isn't going to understand this at all, though, because the apocalypse hasn't even started. So why can't she go out is going to be her question. Okay, Tabitha, and did you finish with the flower arrangement? No, it's looking like this is still taking forever. Why did these Oh, I guess it was behind in time. Now his painting, that is taking forever. That daggone painting, he been doing that for hours. I feel like he been doing that since 6 o'clock, honey. If you ain't got it, you just ain't gonna get it. And you know what, Cham, we haven't spent any time with you at all, or Frederick. You really like her, don't you? What are you gonna ask her for? What are you gonna do? What does he want to do with her? Ask for sex? Honey, you don't even, Cham, you don't even know Judy like that. No. No, sir. But what you can do is ask him for a conversation. You can talk to Frederick. I don't want to talk to no damn Frederick. I'm trying to hit the